The SMIME Secure Multipurpose Internet Mail Extension is a security enhancement to MIME Internet Email Format Standard based on the technology from RSA Data Security. Although both PGP and SMIME are on a IETF standards track, it appears likely that SMIME will emerge as the industry standard for commercial and organizational use. While PGP remained the choice for personal email security for many users, SMIME is defined in a number of documents, most importantly RFCs 3370, 3850, 3851, and 3852. To understand SMIME, we first have to general understanding of the underlying email format that it uses, namely MIME. But to understand the significance of MIME, we need to go back to the traditional email format RFC 822, which is still in common use. The most recent version of this format specification is RFC 5322 Internet Message Format. Accordingly, this section provides the introduction to these two earlier standards and then moves on to the discussion of SMIME. The RFC 5322 defines a format for text messages that are sent using electronic mail. It has been the standard for Internet-based text mail messages and remains in common use. In the RFC 5322 context, messages are viewed as having an envelope and contents. The envelope contains whatever information is needed to accomplish transmission and delivery. The contents compose the object to be delivered to the recipient. The RFC 5322 standard applies only to the contents. However, the content standard includes a set of header fields that may be used by the mail system to create the envelope, and the standard is intended to facilitate the acquisition of such information by programs. The overall structure of message that conforms to RFC 5322 is very simple. A message consists of some number of header lines, that is, the header followed by the unrestricted text, which is the body. The header is separated from the body by a blank line. Put differently, a message is ASCII text, and all lines up to the first blank line are assumed to be header lines used by the user agent part of the mail system. A header line usually consists of a keyword followed by a colon followed by the keyword's arguments. The format allows a long line to be broken up into several lines. The most frequently used keywords are from, to, subject, and date. Another field that is commonly found in RFC 5322 headers is message ID. This field contains a unique identifier associated with this message. The RFC message structure, which is just explained, looks like this. The multi-purpose Internet Mail Extension, an extension to the RFC 5322 framework that is intended to address some of the problems and limitations of use of SMTP. Limitations of SMTP 5322 scheme. SMTP cannot transmit executable files or other binary objects. SMTP cannot transmit text data that includes national language characters. SMTP servers may reject mail message over a certain size. SMTP gateways that translate between ASCII and the character code EBCDIC do not use a consistent set of mappings, resulting in translation problems. SMTP gateways to X400 electronic mail networks cannot handle non-textual data included in X400 messages. Some SMTP implementations do not adhere completely to SMTP standards. defined in RFC 821. Common problems include deletion, addition, or reordering of carriage written and line fade, truncating or wrapping the lines longer than 76 characters, removal of trailing whitespace, tab, and space characters, padding of lines in a message to be of the same length, conversion of tab characters into multiple space characters, etc. MIME is intended to resolve these problems in a manner that it is compatible with existing RFC 5322 implementations. The specification is provided in RFCs 2045 through 2049. The multipurpose Internet Mail extension MIME is an extension to the RFC 5322 framework that is intended to address some of the problems and limitations of the use of Simple Mail Transfer Protocol defined in RFC 821 or some other mail transfer protocol and RFC 5322 for electronic mail. The MIME specification includes the following elements. 5 new message header fields are defined, which may be included in an RFC 5322 header. These fields provide information about the body of the message. A number of content formats are defined, thus standardizing representation that support multimedia electronic mail. Transfer encodings are defined that enable the conversion of any content format into a form that is protected from alteration by the mail system. In this subsection, we introduce the 5 message header fields. The next 2 subsections deal with the content formats and transfer encodings. The 5 header fields defined in MIME are MIME version, which must have the parameter value 1.0. This field indicates that the message conforms to RFCs 2045 and 2046. Content type that describes the data contained in the body with sufficient detail that the receiving user agent can pick an appropriate agent or mechanism to represent the data to the user or otherwise deal with the data in an appropriate manner. Content transfer encoding indicates the type of transformation that can be used to represent the body of the message in a way that is acceptable for mail transportation. Content ID used to identify MIME entities uniquely in multiple contexts. Content description, a text description of the object with the body. This is useful when the object is not readable. For example, it can be audio or some other data. Any or all of these fields may appear in a normal RFC 5322 header. A compliant implementation must support the MIME version, content type, and content transfer encoding fields. The content ID and content description fields are optional and may be ignored by the recipient implementation.